Testing, testing. 1, 2.
Okay, you ready? Good evening and welcome to the January special meeting of the Governing Board. Let the record show that 3 of the 5 members are present and we do have quorum. Mrs. Smith and Mrs. Wilson will not be here this evening. Mrs. Sagata-Jones, do you have any recommendations for the agenda?
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board. No, not at this time.
I would like to call for a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
I make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Second.
Mrs. Bartels?
Aye.
Mr. Aldama?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Motion passes. In Mrs. Wilson's absence, do I have a motion for an acting clerk for tonight's meeting?
I can volunteer.
Second. If
Mrs.
there's a
Bartels?
motion then.
Aye.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. We have a second. I'm sorry, I'm going backwards here. Having a motion and a second, everyone voted aye. The motion passes. Do we need any Spanish interpretation today? Okay, seeing none. At this time, I would like you to join me in a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Okay, no requests to speak forms have been submitted, and we will move on to the next item. Item 4 is special recognition, the Just Because recognition.
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, we are so excited tonight to do our Just Because recognition. And tonight we have with us one of our, we have two each month. One of our employees was Steve Reggio. He's a mechanic in the district and has been a mechanic in transportation for several years and been in the district. He was unable to attend tonight, but we do have our student that is our Just Because award, and I would like his family to come up, and his name is Jaden Aguirre Torres, and if he would come up at this time with his mom and dad, and we'll join him. And could the American staff please come up? Hi, Jaden. How are you? Do you remember what I told you when I was in your classroom? Yeah. I had a grandson named Jaden, don't I? Yeah. Cool name. Okay, thank you for being here. We're so happy that you come to Glendale American School every day, and you are a Just Because award winner. So our president, Ms. Pimentel, is going to give you a mom. Remember, we talked about the little mom as a mosaic of minds that helps us remember to do acts of kindness. And we have Ms. Bartels. She has for you, on behalf of Gusto, a gift certificate to Dave & Buster's to go. All right. Whoa. Man, that was better than anything. Yeah. And then Mr. Adama has for you a mom. He has your own very special cookie.
Your name is Jaden?
Yeah.
I have a grandson named Jaden.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. How about that cookie for you? Yeah?
Thank you. And then also,
The same there, but it's a cookie for you.
yeah, and then also we're just going to give the whole family a box of cookies for the ride home. How's that? Since we don't have any. And then at this time also, Mr. Cummings is with us. He's going to do photos, but we want Mom to see when we called Jaden down to the principal's office. He was coming. I don't know if he was very excited about it, but he came down, and this is what it looked like when we presented him, okay?
It's okay. This way. It's okay. All right, Jess, we're going again.
How are you? Come here, Jason. I have something for you.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Miss Sagata Jones. How are you? I love your shirt. Is that T-Rex? What does T-Rex say? Do you know? Yeah, the big roar. Can you do a big roar? You can? Let me hear you. Sure. You can't? All right, come around this way, Jaden. I want you to look at Mr. Cummings. We're here today because this says Jaden de Aguirre Torres. We are here for you just to give you a Just Because award because we're so happy that you come to Glendale Elementary School District and you come to American School. And then he got very excited when he was going to go back to class and put his certificate in his backpack. That was the highlight for him. So.
Stand over here.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Jaden. Enjoy Dave & Buster's.
The next one is the...
Oh, yes. Yeah, we're going to stay down here. Yep. I need my cheat sheet to read. At this time, we are going to do a special recognition to Jack School. So could I have administration and teachers from Jack come forward? You know, I work really hard, but I can't get him to wear decent clothes. I try. No, it's a spirit day for him. He did text me and says, I am dressed like this. I said, yeah, we know, come on. Normal. No. So during the month of September, William C. Jack had an application on artifacts reflecting the approaches they implemented to inform their students and community about the importance of inclusion during Start with the Hello Week campaign. William C. Jack was one of the three 2019 Start with a Hello School Award winners in the western region of the United States. The school received the following: a Start with Hello Week plaque, free registration for 5 Save Promise Club members and 2 educators to attend the 2020 Save Promise Club Summit, a stipend of $250 to use towards the future Start with Hello initiatives and or to travel to the 2020 Save Promise Club Summit, and the recognition of the Sandy Hook Promise website, social media, and related material. We're extremely proud of William C. Jack. Again, they were 3 out of all those districts within the western region of the United States to receive this honor. So thank you, Mr. Parcells, for your work and your staff.
Good job.
Thank you. Yes, at this time, Madam President, I'd like to ask for a point of privilege, and I would like to take 2 of my items and put them forward this evening at this time, if I may.
Please.
I do have the first one I'd like to present to Jamie Aldama, presented to GSD Governing Board member Jamie Aldama, 2013 through 2020, for trusting in our journey, offering invaluable support, and leading our path to success. So thank you so much, Mr. Aldama. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then I do have one more, and I'd like to recognize Brad Hartzman and Sydney Lindebeck. And as you know, we have named Brad as the acting principal at Challenger and Sydney as the acting assistant principal at Challenger Middle School. So would you please stand? All right. Thank you so much. It's never easy coming in mid-year, and we appreciate you stepping up and doing that. And so far, we've only been into a couple of weeks, and we're very pleased what we're seeing. So thank you so much, both of you, for your leadership.
Okay, moving on. We are at item 5, the consent agenda. The board will consider approval of the consent agenda as presented. Before hearing a motion, are there any items that the board would like to have a discussion or would like to have pulled? Hearing none, I would like to call for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I make a motion to approve consent agenda.
Second.
Having a motion and a second, Mrs. Bartels, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Aldama?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. We are now at item 6, action items. We have one action item this evening, employee contracts and work agreement. Mrs. Sagata-Jones?
Yes, Madam President, members of the board. It is recommended the governing board approve the employee contracts and work agreements as presented for the 2020-2021 school year. The purpose for the contracts and work agreements for support certified and administrative staff for the 2020-21 school year are attached, and the contract work and agreement language has been revised per the recommendation of the district's legal counsel.
Do I hear a motion to accept the contracts?
Motion to accept them?
To approve.
To approve.
Oh, do you want any discussion first?
We can do discussion first. Is there any discussion or any questions?
I'm looking for my item here, and I can't find it. Why am I lost here?
We are on
A,
item
right?
6A.
6A?
Yeah.
right there, the long ones right here.
Madam President, members of the board, just remember, the revision is in red, and this has to do with the supplemental pay stipends. Remember, that was when the Attorney General recommended we bring, prior to paying the stipends, all those employees who receive stipends, and so legal counsel has recommended we put that in the contract. So that's what we have done for you. The others are just changes in date.
Is there any discussion or questions?
Madam President,
Yes.
a motion to approve item number 6A, action agenda item.
I'll second that.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Mrs. Bartels, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Aldama?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion passes. We are now at item 7, future meetings and events. Mrs. Sagata Jones?
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, if you'll look at the future meetings we have scheduled, the next one will be scheduled for February 6th. That's where we'll do the presentation of the strategic plan. We'll discuss board goals, and then we'll do the approval of certified contract and renewals. We are requesting at this time that we do hold a February 20th special meeting in case we have anything that needs to come forward with contracts or terminations.
Do any members have anything else to include on future items or any discussion? We will leave the February 20th meeting open for anything that we must carry over from the 6th.
Correct.
Okay. Hearing nothing of concern there. Now our next item 8, summary of current events. Mrs. Sagata Jones.
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, we'd like to recognize in the back of the room Glendale Landmark and Melvin East Sign for their displays of their work. Also, we'd like to just share with you that we had our 8th graders attend Speak Up, Stand Up, Save a Life, and this is where our 8th graders can go into discussion breakout sessions. This was held at Grand Canyon University. There was motivational speakers there, and it just gives kids the tools they need to be able to ask for help for anybody that they see themselves or their other students who may be in harm or need help. So that was a great conference for our kids and our administration. We did a resolution roundup yesterday. That's for our health care program that happened last night. Just a reminder, tomorrow spelling bee is Friday at 10:30 here at the district office. On Saturday from 9 to noon here at district office, we do the job fair. So we're excited about that. And then at the same time, on Saturday, Marked on the Move will take place at Landmark from 8 to 10. Also, because this is, we did the 100th day celebration yesterday at our sites, and we asked schools to really be creative and really do everything they could to get 100% of their students in classrooms yesterday. So we spent the day roaming around and seeing what was happening out at the sites, and we were so excited to see how creative the sites were, the schools were, the staffs. We also put the challenge out to all the departments, so we traveled to some of the departments, and we saw what they did to help support the 100th day. So it was a fun day for us, and we really enjoyed the students. We do have just a quick PowerPoint of some of those pictures that we have of the 100th day, just for you to see how cute the kids were. So I'd like to publicly thank all the teachers, the parents, the students, the staff, administrators for really making it a special 100 day. Is Mr. Delahuerta here? I just want to know if you got the gray out of your hair. So it was really nice. The kids were so sweet when we met with them. So thank you again for that. Also, I have one more. This is Board Appreciation Month, and we kind of began our last meeting with recognizing the board. And again, thank you so much for everything that you do every day and supporting us. It's just a wonderful place to be in GSD. So we'd like to end the month with a video that shows how much we appreciate what you do. So Mr. Cummings put this together.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And that was it.
Thank you, 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 thank you.
Thank you so much. You do have there were posters on your chairs, and those were from Challenger School. I have letters from Jack School for you, and then we have an art piece from a student. From Horizon School, and the student's name was Justin Ibarra. No, is that right? Ibasco. Yes, I'm going to say Ibasco.
Nice art.
So that was for the governing board. So again.
Nice.
So thank you again for everything you do for us and your support. At this time, that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Bartels.
I appreciate all of the images that I saw yesterday or on Wednesday from the 100th day. Some great moments were captured, between the families, the students, the staff. It was just so much fun to see all those images. But I also want to just wish good luck to all our participants tomorrow morning for the spelling bee. So I'll be here to cheer them on very quietly, like I'm supposed to, but trying to figure out how they spell the words they're spelling. Some of them are just, that can't be a real word, but they are. So I wish them all good luck, and thank you for every adult that has helped them to get here tomorrow morning.
Thank you. Mr. Aldama.
Yes, thank you. 100th day, such a significant day in public education. But as is day 1, day 2, day 99, day 100, day 101, and so forth, these schools could not operate with each and every one of you that's sitting there and your staff who's not with us today. So thank you so much. Very significant work you do for public education, our kids in our community. I can't thank you enough. That video was great, a thank you to us, but really, we do the work we do on your behalf for our kids in our community. So again, I can't thank you enough. And to the board and to the district for this here, thank you so much. It's just a privilege to serve you and serve our kids. So again, thank you all. Appreciate you.
I'm going to agree the 100-day pictures were amazing. Everyone was so creative. And I wish I could be here for the spelling bee tomorrow. Unfortunately, I will have to be away, but good luck to everybody. I think the first year I went, I was on pins and needles and looking up how to spell things because I had no idea. To Mr. Horstman, and I think he must have stepped out, I want to take a personal moment to congratulate him wherever he went, because he was teacher to my kids, and it's probably been 15 years or so. And it's just been amazing to watch him come in as a new teacher and see where he's gone. So congratulations to he and Mrs. Horstman. And the thank you, goodness, just like Mr. Aldama said and Mrs. Bartels, it's our privilege to serve you. and in our community, because we really do want what's best. It's for everybody. And with that,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
do I have a second?
I don't know if I want to leave. I'm having fun here. So emotional.
There are no more cookies.
I read the agenda and I said to Liz, we could have had this meeting telephonically. She said, you wouldn't have had any cookies. I only have one left. So I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, and have a great evening.